Hey, everybody. Welcome back to our weekly live stream for our Mighty Steps virtual walk. Again, I'm Bob McMahon, your MC for the Utah Down Syndrome Foundation Mighty Steps virtual walk. This is week number 4. We have 365 people walking, one for each day of the year. 31 of whom are individuals with Down syndrome. Our youngest walker with Down syndrome is Easton Martin, age 3 months. And, since we've been at this a month, maybe he's 4 months. So he's either 3 or 4 months old, but either way, that's amazing. Our most mature walker with Down syndrome is from Team Flanaclan. It is Cameron Flanagan, age 32. Now, I did not show you this. Ta-da! Week 4. And congratulations to our teams who have crossed the finish line. I want to show you something super quick. We have teams who have already crossed the finish line. So congratulations to Team Easton, Outstanding Olivia, Our Little Constellation, Taylor's Thunder, Lucky Luke's team, Oliver's Odyssey, and Haley's Golfers, who have all walked across the state of Utah in record time. You have earned a water bottle for the individual with Down syndrome and milestone stickers that they can put on the water bottle. Water bottles will be awarded at the Victory Labs. Watch for an email. Here we are. Watch for an email this coming Monday about a bonus challenge for those who have finished the Utah Path. I can't wait to see where you will be taking Mighty Steps for Down syndrome next. We have had 7 of the 31 individuals with Down syndrome cross the finish line. Now let's help the other 25. Don't forget, the largest team wins a Fitbit. And if you have not registered for the walks yet, you can do so by texting the word MIGHTY to 71777, or you can go to udsf.org and look for Mighty Steps. All right, again, text MIGHTY to 71777, or go to udsf.org and look for Mighty Steps. Now, you still have plenty of time to walk across Utah. If you don't have a team, you can walk with UDSF's team, which is Love, Lift, Launch. So, if you don't want to walk alone, please join UDSF's team, Love, Lift, Launch. All right. Now, we are not only walking to cheer on individuals with Down syndrome, but we are also walking to raise $40,000. To date, we have raised $13,645. In addition to registering, consider making a donation. What impact will your donation make? Go to udsf.org to check out all the programs that are offered to support individuals with Down syndrome and their families. Don't forget about our fundraising grand prize. The team who raises the most gets a 2-night stay at the Mountain Inn condos in Afton, Wyoming, right on the golf course with an outdoor pool. Now, video. Helen Keller said, "Alone we can do so little, together we can do so much." If it wasn't for our corporate sponsors, UDSF could not do so much. BDO is one of those sponsors that has not only contributed financially to our walks, but they have also volunteered at them as well. Let me share a picture with you of BDO. And boom, picture. BDO is located in Salt Lake City and is a member of BDO International, the world's 5th largest accounting network. BDO delivers assurance, tax, and financial advisory services to its clients. Most importantly, BDO delivers friendship, support, and selfless service to our Down syndrome community. Now, thank you so much, BDO. If you, our viewers, have any questions, please go to their website at bdo.com. Our stopping point this week is Sevier County, but we have a bonus stopping point in San Pete County. Before we meet our UDSF family in Manti, I want to let you, our viewers, know that if you have questions, comments, or shout outs for our UDSF family, please send them my way. And welcoming, we have the Worrell Brady family from Manti. Thanks
Hello.
for joining me, Worrell Brady family. I'm fantastic. How are y'all?
Good. Good.
That's great. Please take a minute to introduce everyone in your family to us.
Okay, the ones that live here in Manti, this is Joey.
No.
I'm Carolyn. And then you hear in the background our grandson that he comes to visit with us.
No.
And
Sorry.
isn't feeling well, so he's in the back room. But all his siblings actually live up in the Salt Lake area.
No.
So,
That crowded Salt Lake area.
Yes, I know. That's why we stay down here.
Yes, I can understand that. I live in the Salt Lake area. It's far too crowded for me. So I want to thank you so much for being with us today. How long have you lived in Manti? What took you there? And what are some of your favorite places to visit in the Manti area?
Okay. Well, we are originally from Florida, and we've been here for 20 years. We moved here in 2000. What brought us here was there was a job, and then also, I was going through a divorce, and I thought that was a good place to raise my kids at the time. So that's what brought us down to Manti, and we've been here ever since.
Yeah. That's awesome. Now, can you please tell us more about Joe and how he came to be in your family?
Okay, Joey adopted. We met him when he was about 3 years old. It was my first year teaching back in Florida, and I would go ahead and go to a group home and take out certain individuals, and we would take them to the park. It was another teacher and I. And the day that I met him, I knew that he belonged in our family, and I asked about his parents. And at that time, he did have a set of parents, but they were young, and they just really didn't know what to do with him. He was considered a failure to thrive baby. Shh. And so he was eventually taken away from them for neglect, and then given to the maternal grandmother, and she had him for 3 days. And so she's like, I can't do this. And so he was put into a group home at 7 months, and he had been there, pretty much until we met him. And at first they didn't want to give him up for adoption, and I understand why, because he's wonderful, but they, at the same token, really didn't have anything to do with him. They would show up at the group home, take pictures. The mom would cry. She would struggle with it. And anyway, they I asked about the adoption. They first said no, but then later it was a Thanksgiving and they said yes. And I was thrilled. And it took about a year for the adoption to go through because they check everything from, credit history, financial, job, if you have any felonies or anything in your background check. Of course, they won't let them go, but everything went well, and he is now one of us, huh?
Good, good, good.
Yeah. He's the only one that actually looks like me. All my other kids, you're fine. All the other kids are. The father was Hispanic, so you have the dark, beautiful tan and everything. He's the only one that looks like me, and yet I wasn't the one that birthed him.
Wow.
And it's fantastic. I mean, thanks so much for sharing that story. We have a video of stuff with Joey in it. So let's share this video with Joey. Super quick right here. Here we go. And haha, here's Joey. That was fantastic. Fantastic video. I sure enjoyed watching it. Looks like Joey enjoyed watching it. Now, super important. And one of the biggest questions I've ever asked anyone. This is a question that has come to the foundation quite, and you seem to be the absolute perfect person to ask. You're a special needs teacher. You have been so for over 34 years.
Okay.
What advice would you give parents about educating and working with their children during COVID-19?
First off, I think they need to have a schedule, and structure. Our kids, they really do best with structure. And if you need to do it into like a visual schedule, I don't know if you've been introduced to visual schedules through your, teachers that you've worked with. But if anything, get a visual schedule, and put what happens now in next, and forward, so that they know what to expect. It's like our planner. A lot of times, I know for me, I live with a planner, and without a planner, things get really crazy. And we always like to know what to expect, what's going to happen next. And so I really think kids thrive on structure. Okay, that's first and foremost. Treat them like any other.
I'm sorry.
You're okay. Any other child, and that includes give them chores. I think chores are important for the kids, so add that into their schedule. And it could be, based according to their abilities. I know, like with Joey, he has arthritis really bad now, and it's very difficult for him to walk. But I still expect him to empty his own trash can, and he gets to sort the silverware when it comes out of the dishwasher. It could be just simple things so that they can feel like they're doing something. Everybody needs to feel important. And when you accomplish something that you did yourself, it always makes them, it makes them feel important. Okay. And they need that. But the big thing is, I would say, stick with the structure. If you have to do visual schedules, do them. I mean, I'll even help people make them if they need to have some visual schedules, because they're not hard to do, but it really gives them some sort of structure.
It's absolutely fantastic. I think it's not only like that routine and structure that you brought up. That's not only important for our children with special needs and our children with Down syndrome, but I know for me personally, I feel you on the planner is the life, because I'm also a teacher, and so teachers, we live in our planners. I mean, that's just how it goes, and so I know in my personal life, I need a schedule, or else this COVID is just driving me crazy. So thank you so much for sharing that advice. And yes, our viewers, our viewers, all right, this is something, structure and routine. You heard it from a pro, all right, and so she knows what she's talking about.
Can I say one more thing?
For sure.
Can I say one more thing?
Yes.
The other thing is, don't be afraid to discipline. Okay. I know sometimes people think, but they're Downs or whatever. No, they're an individual first. Okay. That's who they are. Downs does not make them. Okay. They're an individual, and they do need discipline, and, a timeout if needs to be, set aside. If they don't follow through with certain rules, I think those expectations need to be there. So that's another little thing.
And thanks so much for bringing that up, because it's so true. I mean, that's that's something that it's like, yes, they are an individual first, and our expectations for all of our children are the same. Right? They should be the same. I mean, that's fantastic. We have some questions and comments that are coming in. I can already see that we have multiple likes on both YouTube and Facebook for what you've been sharing. So this is helping people out there. We have some things. Let's see. One of our viewers said, "What an amazing story, Joey. Thank you." We have D. Allen, I think that is Dixie Allen from last week, said, "Yay, Joey," and hi. Let's see. Nate Owen.
Say hi.
Nate Owen said, "It's nice to meet you, Joey." And Dixie Allen went and shared again with us. Great advice. And she thanked you. So great advice and thank you. And let's see. Ooh, here's a question from the Utah Down Syndrome Foundation. Ooh, they're weighing in on our live stream right now. They say, when you say visual planner, what do you mean? And post it on the fridge?
I will okay, first off, a visual planner. All it is a visual pictures of showing of what's expected of them. Okay, so if their routine is they wake up, brush their teeth, get dressed, eat breakfast, you have a picture of them. And just make sure that the picture really dictates that they're what they need to be doing, and not a lot of extracurricular stuff behind them because then they might focus on that. Make sure it's very clear, but do a specific picture of their specific goals or activities throughout the day. And a refrigerator is a perfect place to keep them, or someplace where they're more familiar with. Like with Joey, it would be, mainly in his room because he doesn't really come out because of the arthritis. He's in pain quite a bit, and so unless he's in a wheelchair, so it's closer, inside his room. But he does really well with it. But it's just a visual process, so it lets the kids know what's expected and when. I know.
And yes, I love that you shared very specific. If I want my daughter Haley to brush her teeth, I would have a picture of a toothbrush there with toothpaste on it, or I could take a picture of Haley brushing her teeth, and then boom, put it on there for hey next after breakfast, and then a picture of breakfast now brush teeth, and boom, right there. It's fantastic. And we have another.
You also.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I also use like Velcro so that when that activity is done, you can flip it over so they know it's done. Okay, and I usually do morning and then evening so that it doesn't look like, oh my goodness, I don't want it to be overwhelming. So
Yeah,
exactly.
breaking it up. Breaking it up, but yes. And we have a comment here. Kelly Owen on Facebook said that she has made one, so that's fantastic. We have another question for you. Do you have any advice of what to do during a meltdown?
In regards to a meltdown, usually when I'm working with my kids with autism, there's different things that I can do. And it usually calms him down. One, I don't know if he'll let me do it because he doesn't like necessarily to be touched, but it's almost like, I don't know if you can see it. You're like popping the joint, and I don't know why, but it's 10 times, and I shove it out maybe 10 times on the elbow area. I also have a sensory brush that can be used, but you have to be really careful with that just because sometimes that might be a very adverse situation. Other things is you really have to know, the child, as far as sitting and restraining them, that can even make it the meltdown worse. Okay. Yeah. And so you have to be aware of that, because you don't want to, make it any worse. And then once it's down and done, that's the time to pretty much and try to talk to them about it, or you can do even videos of, let's say, going into the store, do a quick, and that's where the meltdowns happen, get a quick video of what going to the store appropriate looks like. Let them watch it, and you can talk about it. But when they're in that meltdown mode, usually is not the time to even do a lot of talking, because
No.
everything else, they're probably already overly stimulated. And so when you start talking to them, it just adds to it. Okay. I don't know if you're like me, but if by chance I'm already uptight and then all of a sudden everything else is coming at you, how you just sort of, it's the same thing. And we just have to be, aware of that. So, and then a lot of times, like when Joey goes into a meltdown, um, his meltdowns now mainly is just screaming, and we'll just shut the door and we'll let him have his time, because there's times that we want to scream too, and to just get out the frustration. Yeah. And so he usually will, in his room, we'll shut the door. And then there's times that he, let's say, had been had been in our room or whatever, and he knows, okay, I'm aggravated. He'll go in and, he's learned to shut the door, and you can hear him, he'll sit and yell, and sometimes you'll get some things thrown or whatever. And then once it dies down, then we go in and just make sure he's,
Make
he's
sure
okay. And if there was anything that
talk
if there's anything that we
it.
could get him. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
with
fantastic.
him. With him, he's like hug, afterwards, he'll ask for hugs. And so it could be deep pressure, because I know deep pressure is really a good thing for helping with meltdowns too. So
Yeah. And I mean, this is fantastic advice. Some of our other comments that have come in is Donnell Owen shared that the child's life skills teacher is usually willing to help make a visual schedule, and that she loves their visual schedule. It's so helpful. And one last question for you before we let you go. It's, what does Joey like to do? And you and I had a conversation previously about a certain piece of equipment that gets you outside that Joey happens to really like.
Yes. Well, several things that he does like. His obsession is cards. Like one of his favorite places to go is to Walmart.
Mom.
What?
Card.
Yeah, he loves cards, and he has like a big huge trunk full of cards. And just recently he took off with my laundry basket to add more cards to it, because anytime we go to Walmart, he usually will, it's cards. And so, he'll usually get a pack or two, which I'm fine with that, just because I'd rather get cards than a candy bar, especially with being downs and having, weight issues. Anyway, but that's one thing. He loves to go camping. That is another thing that he really loves. And when we went camping once up in the mountains here, we also had rented a razor. So we rented a razor, and just to see how he would like it. He loved it.
Mom.
What?
Man.
I know, Nick. But he loved the razor, and so we had to go ahead and invest in a 4-seater. And we go to the razor all the time, huh?
No.
Do we ride the razor?
No.
No, we don't.
Mom.
Oh, we go to Walmart. That's he wants to go to Walmart today, not the Razor, because I brought up cards. But those are some of the things that he likes. He loves camping. He loves riding in the Razor. And then, like when we go to Salt Lake to see his brothers and sisters, his brothers and sisters, he loves to go on up there and see them. So those are some of his favorite things. But cards is definitely the big one. He has card sheets. He has card wall hangings, card pillows. You name it. It's cards.
It's fantastic. I mean, that's absolutely fantastic. And I have to say, our last comment that came into the comments was, "We're so glad that you made it." Thank you so much for talking with us today.
Thank you.
Again, thank you so much for the advice. We appreciate it. Have a great rest.
Joey, you want to say bye?
Yeah.
Bye.
Joey.
Bye. All righty. Talk to you later.
Bye. Thank you. All right. There we have it. That was fantastic. Now, to our next stop happens to be Sevier County. We have an awesome video that shows some of the awesome things to do and see with your family in Utah's trail country. As long as I can get to the video, I think it is this one. I forgot where the video was, but here we are. And there we go. We have Sevier County. Fantastic. Look like a beautiful place. So if you're down there in Sevier County, please feel free to take a hike. Now, let's find out our challenge winners. Our walking challenge this week was The teams who have 80 to 100% of the members on the team with a Walker Tracker account logging steps daily have had each team member's name. Oh, there we go. Each team member's name entered once into the drawing to win a hammock. That's so you can go and put your legs up and take a well-deserved break from all the walking. The teams that qualified were Our Little Constellation, Oliver's Odyssey, Corbin's Goonies, Flanaclan, Astrid's Amigos, Team Aaliyah, Our Sunshine Nathaniel. So our winner is, oh, let me show my eyes. I have two, I think. Here's one. Okay. It is Gabby Brower from Team Aaliyah. All right. Team Aaliyah. Gabby Brower. Gabby Brower. Congratulations to Gabby Brower. Now, our fundraising challenge this week. Let me get my script again. Our fundraising challenge this week was update your team page and or create a post with your story on social media, giving friends, family, coworkers, neighbors a compelling reason to donate. Then sharing your team page and or posting it with 10 new people on social media or through email using hashtag UDSF Mighty to enter their team member with Down syndrome to win a hammock. All other team members' names would have been entered once to win a $10 Cold Stone Creamery gift card. And the winner is no one. Now, none of the teams completed this challenge by the deadline. I include myself, right? Because it's true. I didn't complete it by the deadline either. All right. So I include myself when I say we can do better, everyone. We can do better. Social media is a huge way to spread awareness of the message of hope, health, and happiness about UDSF and to raise funds for all the helpful programs that UDSF provides to support individuals with Down syndrome and their families. I invite all of us to share, post, and like so that we can spread the cause and raise more funds. All right? Now, for some last reminders and some last comments. All right, let me get the comments before we get the reminders, okay? Some of our other comments were, thank you to BDO. And we had Kelly Owen saying, funny, take a hike. That was funny. And Donnell Owen said, yay, Gabby. So, all right, yes, sometimes I say weird things. Come out weird, somehow funny. It's true. I didn't know what to say, so I said take a hike. That's the truth. So now we got some of our last reminders. And as always, UDSF.org is the place to go. If you want to find out more about BDO, please visit BDO.com. Again, thank you to our sponsor, BDO. And something else that I found out, you should all have your bibs. You should all be signed up on Walker Tracker and are feeling some hope, health, and happiness. If you have any questions, please reach out to UDSF.org. Oh, one more comment coming in. Oh, no one. Oh, Dixie. I think Dixie is going and giving a shout out to everyone as well. Dixie says, no one. We will work on that. Marie's Mob. So it looks like Marie's Mob is going to go and help with our fundraising challenge this week. I know I'm calling myself out on it as well. All right. So some other things. Our next live stream is next Saturday, July 4th at 10 a.m. Now, I know y'all have work off. It's Independence Day. So you can be here with me live. I'll be here. All right. So next Saturday, July 4th at 10 a.m. Before I sign off, definitely. I want to call on all of us. I want to call on all of us to spread the word online and everywhere. All right. You can even feel free to repost or share the videos of your goofy MC. Feel free. I don't mind. I can be goofy everywhere. All right. We can do this, but only if we do it together. Okay. Now, again, I am Bob, and I hope that we can all be healthy and happy as we get outside, explore Utah, stay hydrated, and keep walking. Thanks so much for walking, and I'll see you all next week.